Hello, my YouTube family. How are you? I am Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper, coming to you once again, answering your questions. I want to thank you for the various emails, and boy, your questions are really awesome. Thank you so much for writing me and for putting your comments in the comment sections. Now, if you have not subscribed to this channel, take a moment, subscribe to this channel, and push that bell. Every time I come on live, you will be alerted, or any special programs. Guess what? You will be alerted. First of all, I want to thank those of you that are emailing me, telling me that these programs are really helping you. I am so happy. This is why I do them, because I want them to help you. Sometimes people don't understand the things that you go through with the kind of relationship that you go through with the narcissist. It can be quite tremendous. And unless you have that experience, it can be in an unbelievable state. But I know how that can be. And truly, you don't have to stay in there, because there is life after the devastation of that relationship. You said, what makes them different than a regular relationship? What makes this so different? This seems harder than any relationship I've ever had, and it doesn't seem to change. You said there is no end. Of course, NPD is a personality disorder, where the individual in the DSM, it notates it as an unchangeable, irreconcilable personality disorder. So even though there may be moments of happiness with the narcissist, there are clear characteristics that are going to be patterned. And these patterns will be part of the relationship. It doesn't matter how long you are in the relationship. There is a devastation attached to the experience. And you said, does it get better as they get older? What we have noticed is sometimes it does not. It does not get better. Why? Because these personality difficulties are unalterable. They stay as a pattern. So they grow in them. Like you grow as a person, the narcissists grow as a person. They grow into the narcissism. The narcissism become more prevalent, and they learn to be more skillful in the narcissistic avenue. And if you are with them, it can be quite tremendous. It can be quite devastating. And you need a therapist, you need a life coach, or a psychiatrist, so they can maneuver you through these components. Because the longer you stay, the more devastating it can be. And you have to learn how to keep your strength, keep your soundness, without being drained, without being frustrated to the end, without feeling hopeless and helpless, without going through various health crisis, because it has been proven that health crisis can occur when you are with a narcissist. They did, I'm gonna get that information, because I don't want to do the scenarios without having all of the avenues here for you. But one thing you were asking, what makes them different? I'm trying everything I can. I'm doing everything they want, and it seemed like it's still the same. Because when it's a personality disorder, that doesn't change. You change. What you do to make things better change. You trying to make them love you more change. The narcissist has a cognizant element in empathy and love. They're not emotionally attached like a regular relationship. And if you notice you've been with the narcissist a while, the dynamics of their relationship is very different. Let's look at some signs. 12 signs of narcissism. There are 9 basic characteristics, but they add to those characteristics. Number 1, a sense of superiority and grandiosity. They feel better than anyone. The narcissists have an inability to look within themselves to see that they need to change. The narcissists see where you need to change. So that sense of superiority is prevalent in the narcissist. And when the narcissists have this sense, It gives them a sense of entitlement that they should have what they want. And if you have something that they want, the narcissists feel they should get it, that you should give it to them. It's their right to it, a sense of entitlement. And that's why you get frustrated. You be saying, this is mine. This belongs to me. The narcissists do not see it like that. Because if they desire, to them, it belongs to them. And you should feel privileged because of this superiority and grandiosity to give it to them. Number 3, the narcissist world is all about good, bad, superiority, and inferiority. Right and wrong, which you are wrong and they are right. And they have an exaggerated need of attention and validation. The narcissists want you to validate them because they feel like they deserve that. You need to notice them. They need a lot of attention. They call that attention fuel. And that fuel is necessary. It's like a vampire that needs blood. The narcissists need attention, and it's exaggerated. They need exaggerated, copious amount of attention. They are indulgent in it. And the narcissists feel cheated if you do not give them that attention. They will discard if they don't get that attention because they have to have it. They have it for you or they have it outside of you. And if you're a primary source, most primary source are going to hang in there until the narcissists make another primary source. We'll talk about that another time because it takes time to make a primary source. And the narcissist's whole goal is trauma bonding. There are different realms, different depths, different dynamics to that trauma bond. And the trauma bond goes with the intent. And listen to this: exaggerated need of attention and validation, and a lack of responsibility, blaming, defecting. Even if the narcissist did something and you saw them do it, the narcissist would deflect that on you and say, I did not. You did not see me do that. You took a picture of it. You showing them. The narcissist said, this is not what that is. This is what was happening. You assume, and it could be right there. You could see them kissing them. You could see them holding. The narcissists are going to shift that blame. They will not take blame. It's going to always be somebody else's fault, no matter how big it is, no matter how little it is, no matter how severe, no matter how minute. The narcissist is not going to take responsibility. Next character trait: a lack of boundaries. Have you ever put up boundaries? You told them, no more, you would not go beyond this. Of course they did. They went beyond all that. The narcissist is like, who are you to stop me? I have a right to do this. I have a right to go here. The narcissists don't respect boundaries. They will remove those boundaries, or they will edge you, go after you, irritate you, agitate you. They will go after you, and they will agitate you so until you're so tired you just cave in. The boundaries are removed. They don't consider boundaries, and the narcissist will frustrate you to the end. And just when you think you frustrate the narcissist, they recycle the program. And you got to remember, you're more in touch with your emotions, and you are more emotional than the narcissist. And so while you're emotional and you're caving in, the narcissist is mechanic, and they're not giving in. They're very focused. They're very, very focused. You haven't seen focus until you've seen a narcissist want what they want when they want it. They are highly, highly focused. And then they lack empathy. They have cognizant empathy. They have learned empathy. They can watch you feel, and then you train them on how you're supposed to feel. Like if someone died, you're supposed to be sad. If someone get hurt, you're supposed to grieve and be sad and comfort them. So the narcissists watch what others do, and they mirror that. It's almost mechanical. That's why sometimes when you're with the narcissist, like being with an android, they don't feel nothing, don't know nothing. And you're like, didn't you feel that? Can you understand? Can you understand what I feel? No, but they can know what you feel by all the other mirrors that they had with other people, all the other situations that they've been involved with other people. So they say, oh, this is happening. And they calculate like a computer and put all of the symptoms with the results that's supposed to happen. The next thing is emotional reasoning. Emotional reasoning. What do you mean? Well, they're not going to give you emotional reasoning. They're going to cause you to get into emotional reasoning where you doubt yourself. That's called gaslighting. They gaslight you in the emotional realm where you start to reason because you are unsure. Because the narcissists psychologically reason. They are cognizant and they operate out of the intelligence. They operate out of the psychological. So their emotion is in the cognizant realm, what it's supposed to be like. So when they feel because this is what they supposed to feel and not that they really feel it. Splitting. This is when the narcissists live in an alternate world. It's almost like they have a split personality. One minute they're here, the next minute they're there. And you may even see them watch a movie and you may recall character traits, and you see it in the narcissist. They are acting out that character in real time. And you're like, wait a minute. I heard that, I saw that. Yes, because a narcissist can go to an alternate reality and play that out in real time. And they believe it. They are innovative in that character. They are connected to that character, and they're going to bring it out in their experience with you. And sometimes you don't know that they've seen a certain movie. You just know 1 minute they're this, and the next minute there's another character. They're role playing, and it's right before your eyes. Fear. Most narcissists are laced with fear. They have a sense of insecurity. There's always something missing. There's always something wrong. They can't grasp the reality or the truism of who they are. So there's a constant change. And they react to negativity and criticism with great severity. Because the narcissistic injury is very, very painful to a narcissist. They cannot stand for you to criticize them. They cannot stand for you to reject them. They cannot stand for you to say no to them. To the narcissist, that doesn't exist. And when it do, there will be hell to pay. Because the narcissists feel, number one, the sense of superiority and entitlement. So when they feel like that, you're not going to tell them that they did something wrong. And they'll tell you, I didn't do that. You didn't pay the bill. I did pay the bill. You say, I got the receipt right here. The receipt right here say you didn't pay the bill. The receipt is wrong. I know what I did. They made a mistake. And you went back down there because you want to believe them. You want to believe that it's a lie. And it's not. And another thing is they are preoccupied with power, success, fantasies. The narcissist can work on the job and not come to work and be late for work and believe they're going to get promoted because they believe they deserve to be promoted. And when another person gets promoted, it makes them angry. It makes them jealous. When you get better than the narcissists get jealous. And that's why a lot of sabotage can go on. A lot of demeaning things can go on. A lot of devaluations. They can devaluate employees. And what the narcissists do, especially when you have the covert narcissist and the somatic narcissist that easily win over the personalities. This can be quite tremendous. So you said, what makes them different? The narcissist personality with these traits are unchangeable, immutable. They don't have the ability to change. You can recognize you did something wrong and you can feel really sorry for that. And you change. And you make up in your mind, I will not ever do that again. And guess what? You don't. The narcissist can make promise. They're right back in the pattern. Their life can be predictable. Where they go with the narcissism can be unpredictable. You cannot ever underestimate them, because when they want their way, they want their way. What's the difference? The traits of NPD. What's the difference? An inability for introspective. What's the difference? Never seeing where you are wrong. Always somebody else's fault. What's the difference? They are unchangeable. What's the difference? Unreliable, because they will discard. And that discard is without explanation. But the narcissists feel like you are their property. They will come back 4 months, 6 months, 5 years. They will come back. What's the difference? The difference in a casual relationship, it builds over time. The narcissist, it goes right up to the mountaintop expeditiously. Everything is quick. Everything is fast. You fall in love fast. They seem so perfect. They seem flawless until you see the flaws. And then they seem really flawed. Most narcissists, not all narcissists cheat. Most narcissists cheat, but not all of them. Not all of them not pay bills, but all of them can be irresponsible in one way or another in handling your emotion and your mind. Because some things mean so much to them. They don't want the criticism of not being able to measure up. I hope I answered that question. What's the difference? We will do a series of videos, and as I continue, more and more come out. Grow yourself. Know yourself, because this situationship is very extreme and difficult. I want you to write me. I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. Write me at destinyhelper12s@gmail.com and leave your questions there, and I will answer your question or a topic that you want me to talk about. I'm also a life coach. You can write me and leave your information, and I'll give you a call. And I want you to know that you can know the difference, and you can be the difference, because you have a strength in you that you haven't tapped into yet. I am Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. See you on the next video.